generation and the generation after that is going to be clearing up a pretty enormous mess. If you
or not be able to pay off the commitments.
Right, so that's the challenge. What's going to happen? Either the future generations will have much higher taxes than the current generation has got used to, or they won't get the entitlements that the current generation is currently enjoying. Probably some combination of the two.
Now, there is an idea with respect to the debt, the long-term debt, that for the next 10 years, we can sustain the debt that we have. And it may be a...
Measured conventionally, of course.
Yes.
But the problem is that if you just measure the debt in the conventional way, which is to say, here's the stated federal debt, here's gross domestic product, oh, it's not even 100%, we can relax, you're missing all the off-balance sheet things.
It's about 74, 75, is that what it is?
Yes, depending on which convention you use. If you include the stuff that's held by federal agencies, it's a bit more. But really, this is all somewhat academic. What I'm trying to say is, no, let's include all the unfunded liabilities, the off-balance sheet stuff, which is much, much larger than that stated debt. And then you realize that to establish generational equity, to make sure that future generations pay the same tax as the current generation, you would either have to cut all government spending by about 35% or increase all federal taxes by about 65%. That's a measure of how unsustainable fiscal policy really is. A lot of the debate that goes on right now is far too technocratic for my taste. I would like us to get right down to the fundamentals. What is fundamentally wrong is that the imbalance between the generations, and that is there wherever you look. For example, unlike in the relatively recent past, now people over 70 consume roughly double what people under 20 consume. Federal expenditure and local and state expenditure, most of it.
Yes,
most of it. So there's been a huge surge in the cost of medical provision. But it's not only that. If you look at government spending across the board, including state and local, it's double what it is for the young, for the elderly. So we have a really fundamental generational imbalance. What I'm trying to say is that when we look at our democracy, if we get behind the veil of public debt, get behind the veil of discussions about stimulus and austerity, there's a fundamental imbalance. And things are not stacked up well for the younger generation. And that has to be a problem.